is for everyone who has served and who will be. Ladies and gentlemen, today's national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, to honor America, please stand and remove your hats as 9-time Grammy Award nominee and 5-time Gospel Music Association Female Vocalist of the Year, Natalie Grant, performs our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
To those who have and to those who are, we thank you on this Memorial Day.
And we love you.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh yeah!
Let's get it, baby!
Happy Memorial Day, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to the Memorial Day Monday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us. Glad to have the Playmaker and Blake Hammock to kick open the Fanatic feedback zone for us. This first hour is presented, of course, by Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Before we get going,
Okay.
I showed Shane a little something.
Okay.
And now, Victor, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
What kept me up all night. They said the W couldn't catch fire, but in Indiana, the fever's already burning. Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, Full Court Fever tips off on Snowman Multimedia. All in on the WNBA. All eyes on the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell. The next dynasty in the making? Join Brian Snow for the deep dives, the hot takes, and the real stories from the hardwood. Full Court Fever, Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern, only on Snowman Multimedia. This is Fever Basketball.
That's hot.
Yeah, it is.
That is hot.
I'm all in
Yeah.
on covering the Indiana Fever. Here's
Can't
why.
say I blame you.
Here's why. Well, first of all, there's Caitlin Clark. Second, there's Kelsey Mitchell, DeWanna Bonner, and the very, very stiff competition at the top of the mountain. The New York Liberty are the New York Liberty. To be the champs, you got to beat the champs.
Woo!
The Las Vegas Aces. We already know their story with MVP Asia Wilson, who so far is on her way to another MVP.
Yep.
But why am I in on the Fever? People want to say, oh, it's a numbers game when you do alternative play-by-play. Listen to these numbers.
Okay.
Close to 1,100 for the opener against Chicago. 3,400 when they went to Atlanta and we covered that game.
Damn.
3,300 this past Saturday. Boys,
we got something.
Finally listening to my wife. We have a hit.
We do.
And beginning tomorrow, we are pushing the plunger and blowing this bitch up. We're all in.
All right.
And I will also say this. By September, you remember when I had the show on its own separate YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Nice.
So we need everyone to promote the absolute ever-loving daylights out of it.
Yes,
We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna shape it up because we are now on KSRN in Phoenix, Arizona.
Nice.
By the way,
yes, sir.
Speaking of promotion, looking in the Fanatics feedback zone, our resident queen is in the building, checking in from her super stream, which I had to open up this morning. So if the voice is a little froggy, you know what happens when I go announcer mode. Make sure you guys check her out at Twitch.
So the queen's in.
Genevieve_Yoso.
Dude.
And I'm going
to
hear about that in about 3 seconds because I have her tabbed right now.
And here comes the frying pan.
Yep, frying pan, ball stick, all of it.
Oh, wait till Dog and I both open her stream, man.
Oh, that's going to be
because when I pull out the Bugs Bunny, when I pull out the Bugs Bunny voices,
I want
it to be an absolute riot.
I want to throw some flowers to some people since it is Memorial Day.
Yep,
gotta throw some love to my mom's side who served, which is my two uncles, Uncle Tony and Uncle Carl, and my grandfather. Then, of course, on my dad's side, my Uncle Paul, my cousin Michelle, and my Superman. My father, Victor
Your
Locke
dad.
Sr. Mm-hmm.
Of course. Love
For
goes to
me-
my dad, who served in the Air Force, Ron Lake, who is currently no longer with us. Reason I got into NASCAR right there, man.
For me, it was my granddad, George Edward Downs Jr., and my Superman, my pops, William Otis Snow Jr. And to the playmaker, that request is filled. It's going to be fairly cut. It's going to be fair. It's going to be fairly covered. It's going to spotlight the W. Period. And that full court podcast just may happen, but we're going to. Why must you always do this,
Yep.
Don?
Told you.
Because I can.
And because it's fun.
It is fun.
Yep.
Yeah, see the dog about to get hit with a rolled up newspaper, just whack.
Oh, y'all know who was going to hit me with a rolled up newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the day off today, and kudos to my wife Jody. She has worked so hard, close to getting her doctorate, and
That's
she's close to
amazing.
completing her coursework in that area. And I am so proud of her. I am so proud of Jody. It's not even funny, because there are days, folks, even though y'all see her and we crack up laughing, there are days she just like is so exhausted and so tired from all the work that she's putting in. By the way, she holds a full-time job also.
Right.
So that's my superwoman. Okay. And on top of that, she's been holding it down for me in my fight back and return from cancer. So, the what's the phrasing today? A real one?
Yep.
She's a real one. And I'm going to do a little promo for the Playmaker here. Shooting Lights Out is early today, folks. Looking at start time between 12:15 and 12:30. So, Playmaker, we will all check it out, and we'll be sure to send an audience your way. And A Pizzle is with us. Happy Memorial Day and good morning to you, sir.
Fins up,
And
baby.
Hey, Pizzle, I got a question for you. Two of them, actually. A, want to cover the Dolphins for our network because it's starting to grow. And B, how'd you like to be one of our guest pickers? And Playmaker, I make the same offer to you because your team is the
Rams.
NFC West champion Los Angeles Rams. And let me throw Playmaker some love here this morning. Playmaker's been a fan of the Rams since the greatest show on turf. And listen, as much shit as I talk to Playmaker about the Rams, I am very familiar with the greatest show on turf. Very few offensive teams frighten me. They frighten me, but I love watching them. Kurt Warner, Marshall Faulk, Isaac Bruce, Torrey Holt, Orlando Pace on the offensive line. They are fun to watch. And I want to see what the Rams do this year. I want to see. Dang, I feel young in this group. How old are you, buddy? We got Pizzle on board. We gonna have a full house come this fall when we start doing our picks.
Oh my God.
And Shane and I talked over the weekend, and he posed a very important question. When we do our picks, how fast before he loses control of the segment?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
the third game. Third game.
No, it's not even that. Listen, when we started doing our picks, the segment was only what, 20 minutes?
If that, 15, 20 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 15, 20 minutes. Midway through the season, when we brought Deb on and Pizzle made an appearance, and we had Mike Debate on, and Chris Simpson, and all the rest of the guys. Deets, it ballooned up to damn near an hour.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And within the first 2 minutes, even when it went to an hour, I flat lost control of the segment.
Every time
because
Dog would toss his book, Playmaker again. We should do something this season. We have the 4th easiest schedule according to the NFL. Hey, Playmaker, should your schedule permit, you want to call both Rams 49ers games with me? I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you. A Pizzle says Total Anarchy. Yep.
Yeah, it was.
Sick Diggy's with us from Norway. Our audience is starting to grow, folks.
The one I remember that makes me laugh so much, it was this past season, Jets and Patriots. And as soon as the dog said it, as soon as Shane said, "Mind on your Patriots," Snowman started saying, "Hell no!"
I said, "Yep."
Hell no.
And Deb was with us.
Hell
no. It was first a hell no, and then it was a give me this button.
Yep. We didn't have that button yet.
No.
We didn't have the button yet.
No, that came the following week.
Yeah, he said, "This is my Total Anarchy game."
That was
the Pittsburgh game.
Yep. He said this will be my Anarchy game. I'll come up with a button for it later.
And
all of a sudden,
a week
that
later,
showed up.
All of a sudden that showed up. And we had talked about Anarchy games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what games where you're like, I'm not watching this shit. And
most of them are on Prime this year.
And
most
then
of them are on Prime
that,
this year.
Yep.
Yeah, true.
And then that happened, and I came up with that button, and we wore it out.
Yep.
Blake says he's 20. You a youngin', Blake.
Hmm?
He's only 20.
Oh yeah, he's definitely youngin'. He's a young man.
What the hell was I doing when I was 20? Oh, I know. Trying to figure out college. Trying to figure out what the hell I wanted to do. I knew what. Let me correct that. I knew what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't know how to break into it.
Right.
Until my father, William Otis Snow Jr., said something very poignant to me. If you can't find the job you want, create it.
Make it.
Yep.
And the day he said that stuck with me all day. I couldn't think of anything else. I went to class. I tried concentrating on class. That didn't work. Tried playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That didn't work. Tried playing Pac-Man.
That didn't work. And
I'm like, son of a bitch, what did my dad give me? He gave me the nugget that led to the creation of Snowman Multimedia.
Mm-hmm.
It started as the Interscholastic Sports Network. Much love to you, Alvin Washington Jr., my partner in crime for 20 plus years. Became Arena Sportsnet in 2013, and then 11 years after that, became Snowman Multimedia. And the company as a whole, and I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, we are going to celebrate our 30th anniversary this fall. 30.
Here's a 30 more. And then 90 more.
That's what I'm going for.
And then 180 more.
Exactly. Triple it every time. But yeah, thank you to everyone that has followed us through our shows, through our alternative play-by-play coverage, which I finally got a handle of. And speaking of which, we have a Memorial Day game today.
Oh, we do.
I feed my wife some food, and I clean up the dog mess, and I finish the laundry, and I get about 45 minutes down. My usual Monday. It's the San Francisco Giants and the Detroit Tigers from Comerica Park in Detroit. That's a 4:10 pitch. That is a possible World Series matchup.
That would be nice.
That would be intriguing.
The Giants are starting to charge in the National League West. And since we are a sports show, and since there are some people that don't like us covering baseball, let's start there.
All right.
The Houston Astros have took 3 of 4 from the Mariners. Let me repeat that.
When in doubt, beat up the Mariners.
The Seattle Mariners led that division for the second straight year.
Mm-hmm.
For the second straight year, the Seattle Mariners were, and I repeat that word, were in control of the American League West. But as old Snowman sits here today, they led the Houston Astros by 6 games less than 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
The Houston Astros have gotten their act together, took 3 or 4 from the Mariners, and now sit a game and a half out of the lead.
Yep.
Again. And remember, last year, Seattle led that division by a dozen. And Houston came all the way back. What is with Seattle being in front of the West? And then they run into Houston.
Like
now,
I said,
Houston has had problems this year.
Well, the thing is, there's always one team that whenever things seem to go bad, you find that team, you know you can take them down. You take them down, and it usually just turns everything around.
You know
That's
what
true.
game I'm going to do later this year on Monday Night Baseball?
What's that?
A team featuring my first ever favorite team.
St. Louis.
The St. Louis Cardinals. And I'm praying for the St. Louis Cardinals, and here's why. As we sit here on Memorial Day, the Cardinals are only 2 games out of the National League Central Division lead, and I'm praying the Cardinals get hot and whip the Cubs' ass.
Yep. My boy Playmaker at it again. Oh,
What did he
Lord.
say?
Oh, Lord.
Holiday and NBA playoff. Lord, please save us today. Let me tell Victor this before we go to our first break. We're just all over the place today, and we're having fun on this Memorial Day and paying tribute to everyone who has served, is serving, and to the ones who have unfortunately left us in their prime while serving. This is all about them today. And one common thread is sports. That commercial that I aired earlier, I worked on that bitch till 7:30 this morning. 7:30. Finding the right music, finding the right clips, slowing down the clips. You saw the jump shot by Kelsey Mitchell. And the key to Indiana is not just Caitlin Clark, but DeWanna Bonner. I'll talk about that tomorrow. But to include Victor in on the fun, I worked on that bitch till 7:30 this morning, and I said, okay, I'm going to get myself about an hour of sleep, and then I'm going to be back in here getting ready for the show today. Of course, that didn't happen. I passed right out. And my wife woke me up, and she says, are you doing a show today, or are you going to have the day off? I said, oh, we're doing a show today because we got a lot to talk about, which we do. So Jody tells me, set your alarm, because lately my alarm has betrayed me. And when hasn't it betrayed us? I slept exactly, and Victor, you remember this phrase, until 10:59
and 59 seconds.
59 seconds. So much so, I went in the kitchen. I poured some instant coffee into this mug, mixed it with chocolate syrup because I don't have any creamer, water, and ice, mixed it together, and I'm getting a boost. Now, will it last? No. I know me. Is it safe to say that the Seattle Mariners are the proverbial whipping boys of the AL West? The last 2 years? Yes. Because I guarantee you, by the time the All-Star break happens in July, Houston will be in front in that division. Because I don't trust the Texas Rangers, who have fallen on hard times. I certainly don't trust the Los Angeles Angels. And then there's the Oakland Athletics, and we don't have to talk about that. We don't have to talk about that. Some of the other matchups we're going to do on Monday Night Baseball, Yankees and Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays could make a run. They're only 7 games out of the lead. The Yankees and the Rays are why don't we just go over the standings right now since we're talking baseball? Yankees and Rays are on top in the American League East. Toronto 7 games back as we sit here on Memorial Day, and the most unfortunate team has gone back to being who they are, and that's the Baltimore Orioles.
Even though they split the series with the Sox, and the Sox are currently a game under 500, but we're still 6.5 back in the division.
6.5 back. In the Central, it's all about the Detroit Tigers, baby. They are in front of the Indians and the Twins by 4. The Royals are 5 back, and then there's the White Sox. But I have a warning to people who are putting down the White Sox. Watch them the next couple of years, because for some crazy reason, they're starting to get their act together. They've now won 17 games. They don't have the worst record in baseball. Well, we lost yesterday to the Rangers 6-5. I told you about the West. For now, it's all about the Mariners, but the Astros are right on their asses. The National League East, look at the Philadelphia Phillies. They told the New York Mets, get your ass back there. And they're 2 games up on the Mets. The Atlanta Braves are trying to crawl back into the picture, but something catastrophic is going to happen to them. They're 8.5 back. Cubs and Cardinals lead the way in the Central. And in the West, it's a rivalry that's going to decide the division. And I said this at the top of the year. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants.
Although the Padres are only a game off of the Giants right now, so the West is going to be settled in California. It's just a matter of
West is going to be. You got a 3-way California race in the West: Dodgers, Giants, and Padres. Who picked the Giants to compete in the West this year?
I think we all did.
We all did. Kind of by default said the Dodgers would win the division, but then you guys asked me to pick a wild card team that could sneak up on everybody. They're doing it right now. It's the Giants.
Yeah, they are.
It's the Giants. Right. Get ready, folks. We're gonna have a fun baseball. We're gonna have a fun baseball season.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a fun baseball season, and I'm probably gonna be creating a Monday Night Baseball commercial later today. If I don't do the game, I'm gonna be knee deep in commercial creation today. Let's pause for a break. When we come back, Karl Anthony Towns showed up, and he played pissed off last night. Got to give him his due, and we'll do that in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I nearly forgot something.
What?
We may have a guest here in a few minutes.
Oh?
Yeah, we just may have a certain coffee drinker here with us. I nearly forgot.
Ooh.
It's the super villain.
The super villain may make an appearance. He told me to let him know when we want him to come in, so I sent the invite to him.
All right.
I need y'all to do me a favor as I type this out as we go along.
A little bit of live BTS, everybody.
Yep, live behind the scenes. We need you to subscribe to this channel right here because we're going to push the daylights out of it beginning today and get this one monetized. And once we reach the goal of 500 subscribers, we will exclusively begin airing there. Goal is actually to get to 1,500 by Labor Day. So we're going to push this, and we're going to push it on a daily basis. Now, to show some love to Karl Anthony Towns, 20 fourth quarter points to lead the Knicks from 20 down. They now are the first and only team to this juncture with not one, not two, but 3 20-point comebacks in one playoff season.
Yep.
3. Never seen that before in my life. Knicks won last night in Indianapolis in front of a raucous crowd, 106-100, and now trail that series 2-1. But let me go to Shane first. How big was Karl Anthony Towns in the final 12 minutes?
He's the reason they ended up coming back. I mean, Jalen Brunson was playing with 5 fouls most of the fourth.
Yeah.
And so he was limited to only putting up 23. But, when you have somebody like Cat doing what he's doing, as I said earlier, is this just a blip on the health screen or is this the start of a full-blown Knicks comeback?
Victor, you said something to me over the course of the weekend, and Victor said Karl Anthony Towns is going to be the wild card in Indy.
Yes.
Man, you were proven right.
Yeah,
You were proven right last night because until the fourth quarter, he was held to 4 points. 4. And then the fourth quarter happened and he got pissed off and played that way. You said, though, Victor, and I give you kudos for that. You said that Karl had to make a difference on the road in Indianapolis.
Absolutely had to.
That's why they stole that game last night.
Absolutely had to. And it really comes down to that. Because if Cat doesn't come out, if Cat does not show out,
the series is over.
The series is over.
The series is over.
I mean, you take Cat's 20 points off the board in the fourth, Indiana wins by 14.
Yep.
Come on here.
Knicks are back in the series. They lead two games to 1. Playmakers with this. That fifth foul was a bad call. Nembhard initiated the contact on Brunson, and Playmaker, I absolutely agree with that call.
I want to throw some flowers to someone else because
who's that?
I think she might be coming back a little bit. Angel Reese in her game against the Sparks.
She had a good game. She had
a phenomenal game.
She put up a double-double last night.
She did.
Now, I saw some of the highlights, Victor, before you go on. I saw some of the highlights. The potential is starting to creep back up again. That's what I've been wanting to see.
Yep.
It's just a matter of getting the rest of the team to play at the same level.
Yes.
There's 2 changes, I think, that since we'll talk WNBA next segment. Let's not get off track here. But the Knicks are back in this series. Uh-oh. Dog, take it. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Since the Knicks are back in this, they're down 2-1. What exactly now do they have to do in regards to, tying this series up? Because Indiana is still raucous in their yard.
Yes.
Like I said in the description, is this just a blip for life support?
It could be, but the thing is that also all it takes is one blip.
Yeah.
So all it takes is just that one spark, and the fact that they took that was in Indiana, right? Did they take that?
Yes,
it was in Indy.
They took that game in Indiana. You take the next game in Indy.
We got a best of 3.
Yeah,
we have a 7-game series,
and that's the thing is the next 3 games after these 2, 2 of them are in the Garden.
Right.
Is that going to be what determines this series? Is if they pull this next one, if they pull 4 out of Indy, can they defend home court? Because they're 3-5 in the playoffs in the Garden.
In the Garden. If they, we agree with this. Indiana only loses game 3 thus far, says the Playmaker. So true. So true. So this could also wake up Indiana. This could also wake up the Pacers.
Yes, it could.
At home. All right.
And the last thing you want to do is upset Indiana. Last thing you want to do is piss off Indiana and make them play even harder.
So what's the key you guys think for game 4 tomorrow night? And I made the executive decision. Yeah, we're going to be on for that. I have plenty of time to prepare today. I've been getting a little assist from my beauty or beauties, daughter included, in how to promote the daylights out. How to promote the daylights out of this. Let's play a little wild card. Who, Shane, is your wild card for Game 4 in the Eastern Conference Finals?
Jalen Brunson. He's got to stay out of foul trouble. You do that, Brunson's gonna burn Indianapolis. If Brunson gets into deep foul trouble, then you're gonna have to figure out a way to keep Karl Anthony Towns in check. But he's easier to do that than Jalen Brunson because he matches up with Tyrese Halliburton like there's no tomorrow. So the point is, if those two cancel each other out, who else does New York have that's more consistent? You got to keep an eye on Brunson. Either you keep him in check or you get him in foul trouble.
Arku is with us. Arku, remind me where you're talking to us from. This Knicks versus Pacers rivalry is intense. We're going to talk a lot more about this rivalry. Victor, who's the wild card for you for Game 4 for tomorrow night?
I'm gonna roll with the hand that I rolled last time. It's gonna be Cat. I want to see if he can do it 2 games in a row. What the Knicks cannot have is him to fall asleep again.
Mm-hmm.
You finally got him up. You got him upset to where he's like, you're not just gonna look past us anymore.
Right.
So
right.
I'm looking for Cat to make another statement game.
I got a wild card of my own, and for me, the wild card and key to Game 4 is Miles Turner. When Cat woke up in the fourth quarter last night, he kept the big man in check. Because remember, Miles Turner went completely off in the first 2 games. He was doing everything. Last night in the second half, not just the fourth quarter, but the second half, Miles Turner was limited.
Yeah.
All right. He couldn't provide any help for Tyrese Halliburton. And also remember last night, Aaron Nesmith went down with an injury for about a quarter. So that allowed the Knicks to get back in the contest. So I have a dual wild card for them. Aaron Nesmith being one, Miles Turner being another. Because looking at the first couple of games of this series, Aaron Nesmith has also been a key for the Indiana Pacers. Aaron Nesmith, you know what? Let me go a little old school for y'all. You know who Aaron Nesmith reminds me of?
Who?
Does the name Chuck Person mean anything to you?
Yes.
Yep.
Aaron Nesmith, and he doesn't necessarily have to do it outside. He's got a good post game also. Yeah. But I think Aaron Nesmith has to turn into Chuck Person. He's got to turn into the extra rifleman.
Mm-hmm.
So Aaron Nesmith has to do it from the outside, and Miles Turner has got to be all over the place, especially on Karl Anthony Towns. You can't play soft against Karl Anthony Towns.
You cannot.
And what Karl Anthony Towns did, one of the smartest things I've ever seen, one of the smartest things I've seen a lot, I should say, in covering the NBA. He brought Turner away from the basket.
Yeah.
You bring your big man away from the basket. And according to Arkud, Nesmith has an ankle sprain. I want to say it's a high ankle sprain. He might not play tomorrow. So that could be key for them. But if he does go, he's going to be one of their keys. I'll give you another key for the Pacers tomorrow night. That's Andrew Nembhard. They need him. He change that. Change that. No, it's not Nembhard, because Nembhard's been consistent. The fellow they need to step up in case there's an absence by Nesmith is veteran T.J. McConnell.
Yeah, he got 12 points in 15 minutes, although Nembhard was relatively unproductive. He had 9, 4, and 3 in 38.
The playmaker Tibbs played his bench for once. 9 players got action. That's the reason they came back into the contest. That's the absolute reason they came back in the contest. Game 4 tomorrow from Indianapolis, Indiana. Yours truly will have the call here in studio. What's the start time on that game?
Let me take a look real quick.
Since we're planning everything out.
The start time for tomorrow night's game is 8 p.m.
8 p.m.? Okay. Then we'll be up at
7:30.
Yeah, we'll be up at 7:30 with the pregame. What the hell? Hold on.
What the hell?
Who keeps moving stuff in my truck?
I want to know who keeps moving stuff in my truck, man.
You moved it first.
I didn't move shit. What are you looking for?
Don't you yell at me.
Man, what are you looking for?
Okay. Y'all are going to just make me angry. And I'm saying that nicely. Like I said, we got a lot to clean up since we're now on in Arizona.
We don't fight.
Where are you at? Yeah, we are cooking. We are cooking, and we are going to continue to cook. Okay, found what I needed to find, which also means I got to do some organizing with this bad boy. And we will. Now, folks, the gentleman we're going to bring aboard, we haven't had in a while. We do now. Victor, do the honors.
I found you, the international Irish Italiano supervillain, Espresso McCoffee. How'd you get in here?
Yeah. See?
How'd you get in here? Get out. Get out.
Yeah, some scallywag named Snowman let me in, see?
I am that scallywag that let him in. How you doing, buddy?
How are you, Mr. McCarthy?
Doing pretty good for Memorial Day. Just came from the gym, got myself a cold brew coffee from my local coffee shop. So I'm ready to roll.
All right, where do we start?
Let's start with the shout out to the United States men's ice hockey team who won their first ever championship.
Wow.
1933 yesterday with a 1-0 overtime win over Switzerland in the gold medal game.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Tage Thompson with the game-winning goal just a handful of minutes in to overtime, and they secured it. And gotta say, I'm proud of those guys. I kept an eye on them during the tournament. Actually, was shut out in group play against Switzerland, who they played for the gold medal game, 3-0 in group stage. But then they rolled through Czechia, they rolled through Sweden, and they had a tight. I had a feeling it was gonna be a tight game in the gold medal game against Switzerland, and it turned out to be true. So shout out to those guys, all those guys. Tage Thompson, you'll never have to worry about buying a drink ever again, and, especially in the United States, but not so much in Switzerland. So
no, not so much in Switzerland. So congrats to the U.S. with their 1-0 overtime win.
USA.
All right.
And on Memorial Day weekend of all weekends.
On Memorial Day weekend.
Great timing.
Okay. We're going to have some fun here.
Oh, boy.
Do you have your receipt book?
What?
Do you have your receipt book?
Oh, yeah.
What are we talking about?
Your receipt
the
book.
Green one you keep during football season.
Oh, boy. What's going on?
Because I think it's time we go through the New York Jets season.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
That one. That receipt book. Let me explain that one. 2 years ago, I made a prediction about the Jets, and there was steam coming out of McCoffey's ears.
Oh, yeah.
And he reached down and pulled out a notebook, and he said, "You know what? I'm keeping this for every time that you're wrong."
He was steaming like an espresso.
Oh, yeah. Look,
man.
and I love espressos too. Okay, here we go.
All right.
We begin with, we're going to make our predictions here too. We're going to have some fun. We begin with week 1. They host the team that stuck two $25 roll of quarters up their own ass in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And yes, you and Dustin are allowed to use that line on No Credentials Required.
We're trying to keep things radio friendly around here, Steve.
We're doing this. Hey, we're trying to do the same. We're trying to do the same.
So,
because a couple stations have come calling. But
here's a question.
Yes.
What happens if A-Rod ends up on Pittsburgh?
Don't you ever say that aloud
and takes on the Steelers.
Oh boy.
Takes on the Jets.
The look on his face gives you your answer.
It's a literal circus.
Every team just started OTAs. Like, what are you doing, man? I mean, come on, make up crap or get off the pot.
Right. That's the funniest part about the No Credentials Required ad is when Ryan says the Albany Empire is a literal
circus, and you see Albany Firebirds football, baby, not the Empire. Yes,
the 9-0 Albany
9-0 Albany Firebirds.
Oh, they're 9-0.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, they've been steamrolling people.
Oh yeah,
they have been. Look, they don't care if half of your players don't get paid. They don't care if all of your players get paid. They want to play football and they want to run you over.
They'll beat you with
Period.
your backups. That's what happened in the 100-12 game against Corpus Christi a few weeks ago. They put it
First time in an arena game.
First time in an arena game.
I saw.
I'm sorry. What
someone
was that
score
score again?
100-12.
Who turned the sliders all the way up?
They did.
The Firebirds did.
They did. At old Knickerbocker Arena. They did.
Bruh.
Yep.
That's
what happens when you don't pay your It's what happens when you don't pay your best players.
Right.
That's true. All right.
It's a mutiny.
So week one who
they
y'all
get
got?
Pittsburgh.
Week 1. Jets win 84-0.
Now
I kid.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
just kidding. More realistic score, probably like 24-10.
Yeah.
Now you know
I can
Ryan's
see
been
that.
with us a while when he makes up these wild scores like we do for our teams. Okay?
And I absolutely can see the Jets beating the crap out of the Steelers.
I can see that also. This is the
have
first
crapped the bed in offseason and in the
this
draft.
This will be the first losing season for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it'll be Mike Tomlin's swan song.
It'll be Mike Tomlin's last season for sure.
I'm not saying. I'm just and this and for my dear friend Lisa Mars, this is for you. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
In the words of Paul Heyman, this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler. alert.
Yes, it is.
Oh my God.
Week 2, MetLife Stadium sees the New York Jets host Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills.
This will be a close one. Last year, I think the Jets still have last year's game on Monday night stuck in their minds.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Wise El Jefe.
Yes, indeed.
But I think the Jets will take that one. It'll be a close game. I think it'll be a 20-16 type of game.
Mm-hmm.
I won't give my prediction, but I think it'll be a high scoring game.
Yeah.
I want to say something like 27-24.
Okay.
I nearly leaned 30, but then I thought, no, I better not, because the Jets have a way of spooking the Buffalo Bills.
I'm going there. I'm going 35-31.
That was my original prediction.
Okay.
That was my original prediction. And as I said, the Jets have a way of spooking the daylights out of the Buffalo Bills
because I think
at
the
MetLife
Jets
Stadium.
I think the Jets are looking for an offensive surge, and Josh Allen is Josh Allen. So I'm thinking this is going to be a very close, very high scoring game. You might see an air show.
You might see 700 yards of offense.
Let's put it this way. I think the Jets are built for the run this year. I think they're going to utilize. They've got two running backs. They have two very good running backs to use, and Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. And this offense is going to utilize Justin Fields' legs.
Use them, please. Use them.
Mm-hmm.
Use them. Week 3, they go to Florida and face Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ryan, your thoughts?
This is probably going to be a loss here. Tampa Bay. Look, we could joke about Tampa Bay. We could joke about Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play well. They haven't played well in Tampa Bay in a while. I think the last win they had in Tampa Bay was in the early 90s or 2000s when Herm Edwards was running the team, and they actually wound up getting a shocker win out of that one. So, but there'll be another. I think this Jets team. Look, I've been watching my fellow Jets creators, content creators, Jake Asman, Boy Green. I think Boy Green.
I love Jake.
Yeah,
I love Jake Asman, man.
Yeah, Jake's great.
I am a subscriber to his channel, and I'm also a member of his channel. Yeah. I'm tuned in to Jake Asman.
But I guess Boy Green had a former either an NFL executive or a former Jets executive on his show, and he was saying last year they were so confident. The Jets were so confident. Robert Saleh was so confident in the offense last year that he didn't build the defense to basically keep your foot in the gas pedal.
Right.
All gas, no brake.
Right.
They basically built the defense to protect the lead, which is why their run defense was so awful last year.
God awful. It was.
And I'm hoping Aaron Glenn and Steve Wilkes, who's their defensive coordinator this year, they can build a defense that will not just protect the lead, but also just keep punching you in the face while you're down.
Yeah. And Steve Wilkes, former DC for the 49ers, gets a full season with this defense.
And let's not forget, Igbuka is going to be trying to tear the house down on season 1.
Let's go to week 4. McCarthy versus Pizzle. Visit
Oh!
Joe Robbie Stadium,
On
and I do
Monday
not
night.
call it Hard Rock
On a
Stadium.
Monday night.
Yep. Monday night. It's a 7:15 kickoff. The Jets visit the Miami Dolphins, and I can't say Hard Rock Stadium. They visit them at Joe Robbie Stadium in Miami.
I hate saying this.
Yes.
Dolphins probably win that one. Only because it's 2 straight trips to Florida. I know it's on a Monday night, but it's still Florida weather.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
playing 2 straight weeks in Florida weather, it takes a toll on you. Just ask anyone in the SEC.
Day or night.
Mhm.
Day or night. Yeah.
I've seen my share of games in the SEC.
And by the way, this is only one of 2 primetime games the Jets have to play this year. So you're welcome, America. You don't have to see the Jets. You want to see the Jets 6 times in prime time like you did the last couple of years.
Speaking of prime time, week 5, we go back home to MetLife Stadium.
Here we go.
I want to hear Ryan and Victor call
Here
this game.
we go.
Ryan, if you're available, I want you and Victor to
Here
team
we
up to
go.
call this game.
Oh man,
And I'm gonna lay back and play and play. Well, wait, I don't think I can play.
You
producers.
cannot.
I have a little business of my own.
Yes.
Cowboys and Jets from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And I want to get thoughts from both.
This gonna hurt. This
Cowboys
gonna
in trouble.
hurt.
Cowboys are in trouble.
This gonna hurt.
I believe it.
Cowboys are in deep trouble.
The thing is that this is going to be the ultimate test of whether or not this new acquisition known as George Pickens is going to actually do something for us.
You got Sauce Gardner on him? Are you kidding me?
Right.
He's been throwing fits all game.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I agree.
worries me. I mean, CeeDee
Yeah.
Lamb, I'm not worried about because he's going to do CeeDee Lamb things.
Yeah.
I'm
CeeDee
looking
Lamb's
for
gonna do
Kevontae Turpin to really spice up things.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Well-
even Jalen Tolbert, but
Maybe.
yeah. but-
Maybe.
Well, who's going to protect Dak Prescott when you got Jermaine Johnson on one side of the ball and you got Will McDonald on the other side of the ball playing edge rusher? And you got
Mhm.
Quincy Williams in the middle.
Yeah, this is where we're going to see what happens with that line that they supposedly picked up because they had a couple of linemen, including the first round pick. So we'll see if those guys can get plugged in early and really protect the corners.
Do a little house cleaning here as we're near the top of the hour. Thanks to everyone that is tuning us in. Please make sure if you're watching on YouTube to like, share, and subscribe, and share this with everybody because I'm loving the engagement right now with everybody in the Fanatics feedback zone. We go to week 6, and it's an early wake up call because they go to London.
Them horses.
And they play the Denver Broncos.
Them horses.
In London. Now I hate early kickoffs, and I got to see 2 of them.
Now, where is this?
on my
Where is this?
broadcast.
This is that Tottenham Hotspur and Stadium
Tottenham
in
Hotspur
London.
Stadium. In
Oh,
London.
okay, Tottenham. Okay, so it's not at Wembley.
Well, soon. Well, if Woody Johnson had his way, this would be the Jets' permanent residence.
Yes. yes, it would. Yes, it would. Oh, and you know who else I'm
This will
looking
definitely
for?
be a wake up. What's up? Go ahead.
You know who else I'm looking forward to seeing their content this year? The
Mm-hmm.
New York Jokes.
Oh God.
Oh wow.
Y'all, if y'all haven't seen the New York Jokes react to Jets games, I suggest you check them out. And that's all I'll say.
So, what do you think about this one, Mr. McCarthy?
This will be. Denver's got a tougher schedule this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious to see how they'll do in year 2 of Bo Nix and Sean Payton. They got the Vance Joseph's a very good defensive coordinator. Very good. I'm kind of surprised they let him back in Denver after his head coaching stint.
Mm-hmm.
This will be one of those. This is gonna be a heavyweight fight. I think.
Yeah.
This is not gonna be 10-9 like last year in MetLife Stadium. This will be a little bit more high scoring, but hopefully the Jets' fortunes turn around in London because they haven't been doing too well the last 2 times they've been in London.
Yeah.
So I'm
It
surprised they
might
went
turn
back.
out-
Right.
It might turn out to be something like 34-28 or 34-31.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
It
I
could.
can see it.
it
I can
could
see
turn
the
out
Jets. I can see the Jets getting a W in this one.
And I can see Brees getting 2 bills in this game on the ground.
I can see the Jets defense offense getting 2 bills running period between
That's what I'm
Allen, Hall, and Fields.
That's what I'm looking for. All right, week 7. They're back home, and they face
the Carolina Panthers.
You know what? Last year in our program, last year in our program, we couldn't. The Panthers became a punching bag at one point during the season because they were so awful. But as the year went on,
they figured it out.
Carolina was starting to figure it out, and I will be very surprised if Carolina. I won't be shocked if they win the division next year. Let's put it that way.
They could come back, especially with some of the things they picked up and some people that picked up from the draft.
True.
I'm actually looking to see if
Bryce Young's got some targets now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a running game to help him out with Chuba Hubbard.
Yep.
Yes.
Chuba Hubbard. Excuse me. But this is going to be a tough match for the Jets. I think this will be at home. I know it's a 1:00 game, and it'll be right after a London game. So
this will not be an anarchy game.
It's not going to be an anarchy. It's not going to be an anarchy game. That's for sure.
You say that now.
I say that now on May 26th.
You know what, Ryan? I need to send you that
now.
Pick. I know. I say that now.
And then we do the picks. It's like
we're not into the season. Ryan, I need to send you that Total Anarchy games soundbite that we created here because I have a feeling I'll send it to every football content creator that's interested. Because as you know, when the schedule comes out, it seems positive for your team, but then as the season goes on, just ask the Chicago Bears among other teams, you get some dog games in there.
Yeah, it's this. The Jets have this. I think the 7th easiest schedule this year in terms of winning percentage from last year, but that's 2024. This is 2025. All right. So you can't count schedules for the schedules for last year.
Right.
Or for this season. I mean, look, your 49ers, Snowman, they got the easiest schedule in the NFL this year. But you're saying I'm not gonna give them a 14-3 record right now because it's too early to tell.
It's way too early, and we have to see the Rams twice. We got to see the Los Angeles. Look, every team in our division either split or swept us. All right. Can't and won't take that chance. Week 8, they go to Paul Brown Stadium and face the Cincinnati Bengals.
So this is gonna be the highest scoring game of the season for the Jets.
Yeah,
between both teams because Cincinnati's defense is their offense. Let's face it. And with Trey Hendrickson's situation hanging up in the air now and how they were last year, getting off to that slow start, especially defensively, this is going to be a very high scoring game, I think.
So you'll be tuning into WKRP?
58-51 kind of game.
For the turkey trot, yes.
Yes.
I didn't know turkeys couldn't fly.
Jody and I were talking about that a couple mornings ago, and we're just sitting there laughing. Then
show that made me question where I actually live.
A minute. Then I found the clip, and we both said, "You know what? We're done."
That was the show that made me question where I actually live because the way the show was made, I'm like, "Do I live in Cincinnati?" Hold on. Next up, you get a bye.
If I ever do a Bengals game, I'm gonna wear that shirt during the game.
That'd be nice.
My wife got me. She got me the turkey drop shirt with the most famous quote of all from that series. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly. She got me that shirt. All right.
Shout out to some of the cred heads in the chat.
Yes.
Streaming to my YouTube channel and my Twitter channel. Got a couple of cred heads showing up in the chat. Shout out to you.
D's Ray of Sunshine. We're out on the water. Time to BS podcast with this as well. Says anarchy. I bet you one of these times we have McCarthy on. Someone's going to jump in this chat and yell sports ball.
Oh, for sure.
I see it coming.
All right.
I see it coming because I do it to them every time I join them. I do it to them.
So
They
y'all
get a
get
bye
the-
week in week 9, and then
week
What are we
10.
favoring the bye week?
And then week 10 happens.
You take on the
Wait.
Cleveland Browns.
Just a minute. Gotta set this up right.
Mhm.
And there it is.
There it is.
And there it is.
Thank you, D.
And there it is. Sports ball.
Oh.
Then in week 10, we
Cleveland
don't
Browns.
know who in the world is going to be their quarterback.
And possibly
gosh.
this might be Shedeur Sanders' opening game.
Oh, against that defense? Oh, man.
If Shedeur starts week 10 against the Jets, Shedeur gets sacked 10 times in the first half.
Oh,
Because the offensive line is porous.
that offensive line is porous. And that's Jets defense is they'll get at you.
Oh yeah, they'll go. I got the Jets winning easy in that game.
Yeah,
because there's no
Your
way.
mouth to God's ears, because we know after a bye week the Jets have been terrible
God
in the last
awful.
couple seasons. But this is
You
a
know,
new regime. This is a new regime.
It is.
It's the new regime.
It is. It's about time y'all got a new regime. Needed one.
No
Needed
Madden
one
allowed.
for years.
And I'm praying Woody Johnson stays out of the business.
Business operations.
Between
yes.
Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji, they're both going to tell him to go stick it when he tries to stick his head in during the meetings. It's like no
Madden allowed.
Nope. Get out.
No Madden recommendations allowed.
No Brick. You can't come in.
No, you can't. And his name's Brick.
And then week 11,
Brick
on Prime.
Wait, just a moment. His name's Brick. God bless him. His name's Brick.
Yes.
Poor kid.
Week 11 happens.
It's on Prime. This is a
Gillette
Prime game.
Stadium. It's on Prime, which means I could have a few people tapping my shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
They visit Gillette Stadium and the New England Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know this is early. But to both teams,
You're screwed. Yeah, you're totally screwed.
And this was the game, folks. That Snowman said, hell no.
You know what?
Last year when we had Deb on as our guest picker, and Shane read that particular game, he hadn't even gotten to the spread yet.
Nope.
He hadn't even gotten to the numbers, and thank you to the folks at betus.com for helping us out, and parlay and at Warner Parlay for our game props as well. He hadn't even gotten to the numbers. Okay. He hadn't even gotten to the numbers. And I'm screaming,
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
he hadn't even got, and I'm screaming that. Then my wife heard me scream that and couldn't stop laughing.
Right. He said, I'll eat this mulligan with cheese on it.
With cheese on it. And I did, because that afternoon I fried up a couple burgers with cheese on it and ate that mulligan. Then my wife comes home with dinner and I ate the mulligan again.
But what you got on this one, Miss McCarthy? What you got on this one?
Whew. First year of the Glenn regime, first year of the what's his face regime?
Vrabel
regime. Ugh. I mean, considering the last time these two faced each other on a Thursday night, the Jets walked away with that one.
Yeah.
And it was only 24-3, and they could have beaten them by a lot more if there weren't so many drops.
They could have hung 56 on them. Easy.
They could have.
They could have, but they didn't. 56 on them
because their offensive coordinator was Nathaniel
Hackett. Mr. Bronco.
And he's no longer there. So goodbye. We saged the room of him.
You walked around with Sage?
I walked around with Sage. I'm like, get out of here.
Yes.
Shouldn't the father be doing that?
They pulled a Travis Scott at Elimination Chamber.
Oh, wait, shouldn't the father be doing that? Shouldn't Father O'Shaughnessy be doing that? Sage and everything?
No.
He did that. He did that, and Vrabel showed up.
He got the father got rid of the 38-day-old Mayo. A joke.
Poor Gerard Mayo, man. There's a
joke that
placeholder
I'll
for
love
1
forever.
year.
Mhm.
There's a placeholder for 1 year, and Robert Kraft said, "Oh, Mike Ribble's a free agent. Okay, sorry, Gerard.
You know what?
We love you, but we don't love you."
That's a joke I love. That's a joke I'll love forever. 38-day-old Mayo.
You know what all New England fans are currently saying about this game, right?
We have 3 words for you. Go yourself.
It's pretty good.
Beautiful.
Are they saying it to me, or are they saying it to the Jets? Or New York in general?
Just because of the game in general.
I think they're saying it because you beat me to it. I think they're saying that because of the game in general.
Week 12, y'all. Week 12. This one's going to hurt.
God.
That's what's going to hurt.
Derrick Henry gets 600.
At Baltimore, the Baltimore Ravens.
You won't get 600, but we'll get at least 100.
He'll get 350.
He'll get 3. He'll get.
Well, actually, he might get 250 because I'm gonna put some respect on the Jets defense. I'm gonna put some respect on the Jets defense.
In this game, I'm not because it's Derrick.
This one's gonna hurt. I think.
It's definitely gonna hurt.
I've already put it. I've already put in the one.
You guys are gonna get wrecking balled.
Wait a minute, Mr. McCarthy. Are you saying that in that particular game? Hell, we all did. What am I talking about? You gave your team one of these?
I know I would.
And as we all love to say about our teams, we're homers, but we ain't stupid.
Right.
No, I'm not stupid. Although, I mean, if all things go consider, and then look at this. Last couple of seasons, Baltimore started off slow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, last season they started off a little slow. Then they started to gain momentum as the year went on.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be another one of those seasons for Baltimore.
Yeah,
but
I think it is too.
This might be the closing window for Lamar Jackson. I think because
you read my mind. You absolutely read my mind. Why don't the Baltimore Ravens have a championship in this era? Because yes, Lamar, it is you. It's always been you. It always will be you forever and ever. Amen.
Forever, ever. Amen. Bleep.
Look, poor Lamar Jackson. He's a lot more humble than Yo Kang.
I mean, yes, he is.
But Lamar Jackson has not been able to produce.
No,
as a matter of fact, I'll go one step further. And I've had people come after me throwing his stats at me, he meaning Lamar Jackson. I'll go one step further and I'll echo the following sentence aloud. And I dare to echo this aloud. Lamar Jackson's regressed.
Well, the thing is that he has the talent. I mean, he can run the football, he can throw the football. But the thing is that you brought in Derrick Henry for a reason, and yet you continuously
didn't use him, especially in the divisional playoff. They did not use him enough.
They did not use Derrick Henry in the divisional playoff, and it cost him.
No,
it cost him.
It did. It did. Absolutely,
it cost him. So again, why do I blame the Ravens for not having a championship? Yes, Lamar, it is you.
Or Lamar Jackson.
Because he had, and think about this, and I've said this before also. He's had 2 shots to have an easy road to an AFC championship, and he choked them both away.
He was there. He was there.
Lost to Tennessee in 2019 because of Derrick Henry.
Yep.
Derrick Henry put up 144 yards on the ground and threw a touchdown pass on what was supposedly the best defense in the AFC. And then 2 years ago, in a game that was featured here on Snowman Multimedia, he had the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes in his house. And the Chiefs did to them what the Packers did to the Bears in 2010. They took their opening drive after a punt, marched it right down the field, stuck it in the end zone, and socked them in the mouth. Nah, 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 nah. And until he breaks that curse right there, I do not see a championship for the Baltimore Ravens.
Nope. All right.
Nope.
So
No, because I think part of it is that the Baltimore Ravens. I love John Harbaugh.
Yep.
Great coach. They don't game plan towards the running game, which is supposed to help Lamar Jackson.
Wait a minute. Once upon a time, their coordinator was someone 49er fans hated for a long time. His name is Greg Roman.
Oh God, that name.
I know. Frankly, I hope he goes to Chicago and becomes their offensive coordinator.
Oh God, why?
Wow, you really hate Chicago,
right? He just wants the Bear fans to
That's
suffer.
your hometown.
He wants the Bear fans to suffer.
Listen,
Man, apparently,
I know Chicago's my hometown. I will be proud of my hometown, except for the Chicago Bears, who after one Super Bowl win, they were trying to shove them down my throat, and then Steve Young on a Monday night game a year later kicked them in the ass.
Homerlord.exe executing.
By the way, my late mother, God bless her, used to ask me all the time. She knew the answer, but she would still do the joke with me. Why do you like the 49ers? She'd still bust my chops. Okay. Dad too, but they both knew. Why do you like the 49ers and you're from Chicago? One day she asked me that. I went right upstairs and I drew Joe Montana's number on the back of a sheet of paper. I walked back down and I handed it to her. And I said, there's your reason. I walked away just as I hear my mom laughing. Now,
week 13.
You get, oh God. Week 13. I'm saying this very sarcastically.
Mm.
There could be a quarterback dilemma there.
There could be.
For Atlanta.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, wait, huh?
Because
No. The Jets are solid. The Jets are solid because I really believe the potential of Justin Fields is going to be turned loose.
I'll say this for Justin Fields. I said this when they signed him. I kind of had my doubts at first, but I said to myself, you know what? He's never been coached up.
Exactly.
He's never been coached up, and he's
Not
got Aaron
since he
Glenn
left
who will hold you accountable, hold you responsible for your
Which
mistakes.
is the biggest thing
and let you
that
learn.
Justin Fields has needed since he left Ohio State. The biggest thing he's needed. And Aaron Glenn will do that for you.
Never had it with Matt Nagy. God help you with Matt Nagy. Never had it with Matt Eberflus. Never had it with Mike Tomlin.
Nope. He wasn't going to get it with Mike Tomlin. I don't understand why in the world that
and he was
Steelers had to do that.
4-2. They were 4-2 with him and as your quarterback.
Yep.
4-2. And you had one bad game. You take him out and you put in Russell Wilson.
Mr. Unlimited.
Unlimited bottle of meh.
But yeah, you deal with either Michael Penix or Kirk.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz Cousins. Is he still there, or was he released?
I think he's
still there.
I think he's still there because they paid him a lot of money.
Unfortunately,
said he eat that contract.
They guaranteed it. Pay him a lot of money.
Guaranteed
They pulled the most Cleveland Browns thing ever and guaranteed him a lot of money.
Their third stringer is Easton Stick, formerly of North Dakota State,
and the San Diego Chargers.
Yep,
so,
that's a win. That's a dub.
That's a dub.
That's a 50. Listen. Ryan's a CFL fan, so he'll get this score here.
Mm-hmm.
Jets 56, Atlanta 1. They score on a rouge to open the game. They score on a single to open the game with a punt in the end zone, and the Jets just say, okay, they scored first. We can whoop them now.
By the way, CFL season starts in 2 weeks, and I'm
so
excited. So excited. Right around the corner from the Albany Firebird season and AF1 ending. CFL season starts. I'm so excited.
Who's your team?
Montreal Alouettes, man.
Montreal Alouettes. Ryan and I did a great cup.
It feels like
one.
Yes.
By the way, the update to the Kirk Cousins things. Yes, he's still in Atlanta for now. But there's a possibility he could end up in Pittsburgh, depending on what Aaron Rodgers does.
You know what?
No.
Who?
I'm dead serious.
I do not wish that on Kirk Cousins.
I made a prediction a couple weeks ago on my show. I said in week 1, Will Howard will be the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So that's now a $50 roll of quarters now.
Yeah.
Listen, I called Will Howard to be the starting quarterback of the Steelers in week 1.
I still call Mason Rudolph.
Keys. They need to hand him the keys right now.
They should. They
They
won't.
have Will Howard. They have a quarter. You know what? I take that back, and I'll tell you why. Mike Tomlin.
It's the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to go Mason Rudolph. You could guarantee.
They're going to be Mike Tomlin's going to be the death of Will Howard.
Myles Garrett's going to hit him over the head with a helmet again.
Yep.
Right.
Absolutely.
But now you get to. So this is a homestand. Actually, it's a double homestand.
Yep.
Because
you
then
get to week 14,
the Dolphins
and you
make their
get
way.
Quinn Ewers and the Miami Dolphins.
Dolphins will be in full rebuild mode by the time this game comes.
Oh,
They'll be in full rebuild mode in week 1. We'll talk about that.
Sorry, Pizzle. I'm being honest with you. Like,
look,
you pinned your salary cap on 4 guys, and
Mhm.
one of them, your most important player,
can't stay healthy.
I'm so worried for Tua. I am so.
I'm worried.
for Tua.
I'm equally as worried.
2.5 years ago. It's fine, McCoffrey.
This is fine, he says, in the fire, sipping a coffee.
Yep.
This is fine.
After
at least you had the Panthers, man. At least you had the Panthers.
True.
Yes.
Sorry,
True.
Sorry, Blake.
And the Panthers are going to close out the Carolina Hurricanes with a shutout.
I was hoping that they at least get one game out of that, but
They're not getting one.
No, the way the Panthers have absolutely just punched them in the face repeatedly.
Yeah, it's been a
Carolina Panthers. Yes. Listen, the Carolina Panthers.
Florida Panthers?
The Florida Panthers.
Why did I say Carolina?
We're talking NFL and immediately it went
Just
to
a
the
minute.
NHL.
Just a minute. See that?
That's empty.
That's empty.
You need more.
You know what else? And you know what else is empty?
Your brain?
It's right here. The Florida Panthers. I kept saying Carolina because I'm thinking Carolina Hurricanes, and we're talking football, and Carolina Panthers shows up. The Florida Panthers are going to ring up a touchdown against the Carolina Hurricanes to close out the series.
I don't doubt it. And the Hurricanes switched out their goalies. They put in a new goalie who did pretty well for the first 2 periods in Game 3. Then all of a sudden, the Panthers showed up and absolutely just potted 5 goals in a row, unanswered goals on them.
So, in essence, they pulled a Linus Olmark and a Tuukka Rask at the same time.
Wow.
Anyway.
You know what? I was going to save this for a little bit later, but you know what?
Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang.
Anytime I can get a shot in on Tuukka Rask, and Shane knows this. I bust his chops about it all the time.
Because the Blackhawk took their cup in 2013.
Yep.
Then we got
they got Rasked.
Yes, they did.
Okay.
15.
You know what, Brian, you know what?
I don't remember asking you a thing.
I miss you guys.
And y'all know, and Shane knows this is why Cole put it in on my 50th birthday when I was live on the air. That's one of my favorite lines ever to use.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you go to week 15. You get the AEW boys at
in Duval.
What's the name of that? What was the original name of that joint? The Gator Bowl.
Yes.
It was a Gator Bowl, then it was something else.
It was TIAA Kreft Stadium.
It was before TIAA. It was the Gator Bowl. Then they named it something. They named it something else, and I can't remember the name of it for the life of me.
Hang on, doing the real-time research here.
Real-time research, folks.
Everbank. Well, now it's Everbank Stadium. Then before it was TIAA Kreft Stadium, and before that was the Gator Bowl.
Okay.
No, they had. Never mind. They get the AEW boys and the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means Travis Hunter will be sitting out at 1 p.m. Because the Jacksonville coaches are going to wear him out.
W.
I think so too. Travis Hunter is going to struggle. I hate saying that. No, I don't hate saying that.
Well, it's
Travis
growing
Hunter's going to
pains.
struggle.
It's growing pains. You're good.
It's growing pains.
You're good.
That's it.
Alltel Stadium.
Thank
Okay.
you, thank you,
Playmaker.
Alltel Stadium.
Okay.
Alltel Stadium. I don't know why that name escaped me. Then you go to the Louisiana Superdome to take on the New Orleans Saints.
The Superdome, brother.
That's what they call it. The Silver Dome in New Orleans.
The Silver Dome, brother.
Is it Silver Dome? Did I say Silver Dome?
No, it's a
No, it's the Superdome, but we're talking about Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
Hulk Hogan is
right,
at WrestleMania 30 with The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah,
fully
they-
messing it
yeah,
up.
Take me back out here in the Silver Dome.
I'm thinking.
Hell yeah.
I'm thinking.
That's dumb.
Did I mess up a game? But but then again,
Yeah, that's a
they go to the
W.
They go to the
Anywho.
Superdome in New Orleans.
Anywho, week 16, that's a W.
That's a dub.
I don't see anything going on for the Saints this year.
They should flip the last two games.
Saints,
been a
are,
rough
the Saints
road.
are probably going to have the number 1 pick in the draft.
Yep, I agree.
They'll get Arch Manning.
You know what? I have a bold prediction. Do I expect my bold prediction to happen? No, but I'll say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Quinn Ewers, week 1 in Miami.
Wow.
I'm going there.
All right, week 17.
And I'll say it again with the disclaimer. Do I expect it to happen? No.
No.
I know better. Week 17, the revenge match against the New England Patriots. And I know Shane's going to throw a sound bite at me and a video bite at me, but I think the Jets are going to throw a shutout.
Oh.
Stop it. Get some help.
Perfect. Perfect.
There it is.
Shut up, bitch.
So wait. So you think that
chef's
Drake
kiss.
May's gonna get shut out?
No, I'm not stupid. I know.
No,
better.
but we got to pack that house with more green than blue or red. That's good for
Yes.
sure. Hopefully that's the case.
Then week 18, and I know the folks remember this name. I know it's Highmark Stadium now, but to me, when I was growing up, it was Rich Stadium. in
Yeah,
Orchard
the first
Park, New York.
Yeah, the Rich Stadium was actually one of the first corporate sponsorships
Yes.
because it was Rich Foods.
Yep.
Yep.
Rich. That's how I learned about Rich Stadium.
Yep.
And Jim Kelly and Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed and Bruce Smith, and y'all get the idea.
Yep, we know.
It's the flex week, week 18.
Yeah, this is going
against
to
the
be
Buffalo Bills.
Yeah,
How bad will it be?
I don't think it will be bad. Well, let's see what the Jets are first of all. 'Cause Buffalo's going to win that division, of course.
Yeah,
think.
they're going to win that run of the. They'll seal that by week 14,
But
if not earlier.
But let's see what the Jets are.
Yeah,
Because I have a sneaking suspicion they'll probably try to be at least in the wild card bubble. I
think so.
I hope.
I think so. I really,
hope.
The wild card for me for the New York Jets is going to be Justin Fields, and it's
Of
for a
course.
reason that you said earlier. He hasn't been coached up
And he's never had a
way.
running game. He's never had a running game either.
and he's
never
never
had a
run game
line.
going on.
He's never had a line, and they're building a big, beautiful wall in
Offensive
New York
line.
City.
Okay,
Okay,
Ryan
Donald
Trump. Okay, Ryan.
Please.
There's my comb over.
That shredded, that little tuft of shredded wheat on top of the head.
Yeah. No, but
yeah.
they're building. They have. I think this is one of the best offensive lines they've had in a solid decade.
And I'll put it this: if he does well, if Justin Fields does well, the
It'll
team
be
that's going to
because of
kick
them.
themselves in the ass will be the Chicago
Will be the
Bears.
Chicago Bears.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Because
Will be
they'll
the-
see what they
will
could
be
have
the
had.
Chicago Bears. And I say this year the Bears may compete for that number 1 pick.
Yeah. So I think the Jets will be competitive. I think based on the schedule and based on the fact that they've done a great job building offensive line, because look, they have four first round picks on that offensive line.
Yes.
And 1 second round pick between Olu Fashanu, who was their pick last year,
Yes.
John Simpson at left guard, Joe Tippmann, who was drafted in the second round in 2023, Elijah Vera Tucker, who was drafted in the 2021 class,
21.
and then this past year, I can't remember his Armand Membu at right tackle.
Membu, yes.
He's gonna be he's one of those guys who just punches you in the face.
And they're and the key for the Jets, they're a young offensive line.
They're young and they're hungry.
Let's just
They're
hope
a
that
young,
Justin
hungry
Fields.
offensive line. We got a question.
Justin Fields does not turn into Zach Wilson. Let's hope that
Please
doesn't
don't.
happen.
Please don't. You know, more Zach Wilson jokes later. We have a question. Are the New Orleans Saints going to do anything?
No. And then no.
And then
you
know what they're going to do?
Hell no.
Nothing. You know what they're going to do? Y'all know the words. Nothing.
Wait a minute. The New Orleans Saints actually trying to do something?
English, do you speak it?
Absolutely not. Like
if you think the New Orleans Saints are going to do anything this year, then you went here.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
And that's the Jets schedule in a nutshell.
Poor Kellen Moore.
Poor Kellen Moore.
He doesn't have Saquon Barkley in his backfield to save to build around.
Oh, he does not. Why? And I hate doing this 2 days early.
Oh no.
Because yes, LeBron. It's always been you. It always will be you.
Wait.
Forever and ever.
Wait.
Amen.
Wait, how is it his fault?
You know why, Victor.
Victor.
Come on.
My friend of 25 years.
Kellen Moore does not have Saquon Barkley. Somehow it comes back to LeBron.
It could have went to it could have been, look, the Jets could have done something even more adversely stupid.
Okay.
They could have mortgaged and risked their entire future
for
DJ Moore.
Oops. No, the Jets are not that dumb.
No, they're not. Thanks for hanging with Playmaker says gotta go showtime. Thanks for hanging with us, Playmaker. We'll come hang with you when we wrap up here.
If the Jets were that dumb, they'd be classified as these people.
This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
Was that necessary?
Yes.
Why?
It's always LeBron's fault.
Why?
That's why.
Why?
Even D knows.
I was being quiet.
No, you weren't.
I was being quiet.
No,
Victor.
we can hear those thoughts.
Victor.
No, you don't. No,
Victor.
you don't. I don't have those thoughts.
Bullshit.
I don't have those thoughts because I am not part of the
look me in the eye and say
yes,
it
I
with that
can.
smile.
Yes, I can.
You cannot.
Yes,
and the only
I
reason
can.
you cannot is because you can't see you can't see my 2-foot smile in person.
I
Okay.
can't see. I would like
Mike
the Cowboys to
Tomlin
do well, but
I will say
we know
I
the
will
truth.
add this: when Mike Tomlin gets fired, we'll all be doing this.
Praise
God,
be
I love
when
you
Mike
guys.
Tomlin actually gets fired.
I love you guys because D had this while
Well, I'll be
And of
screaming
course-
hallelujah when he's fired.
and of course this. It's always LeBron's fault. Somehow
we all know it's LeBron's fault. Who else
Listen,
going to be?
Thanks, Father
I'm waiting
McGregor.
for and you know when
It's
when
O'Shaughnessy,
the
damn it.
Exodus- you know when the Pittsburgh Exodus will happen in a game against the Chicago Bears.
Yep, because the Bears are going to win that game.
You know what?
Yep.
Why don't let's have some fun here.
Uh-oh.
Let's
got
have,
time.
let's have some
boy.
fun.
Oh, boy.
We got a few minutes. We got a little time left. We did this before, but we didn't do it without McCoffee here nor his audience.
Which team we doing?
Oh boy.
So we're gonna look at the Bears schedule, folks.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Please hold. Let me bring it up.
Can we just
I got
put this?
it.
Can we
I
just
got
put
it.
this schedule as a permanent one of these?
No.
Yes.
By God, that's Austin's music.
Yes.
Okay.
Or
My
18.
God, that's cool.
Okay.
That's
All right, here we go. Week 1, Monday Night Football featuring the Chicago Bears.
What
Who do you think
troll?
is it? Wait a
What
minute.
troll put
What
the Bears
troll?
on Monday night on week
Who
1?
wrote this troll schedule thinking Mike Ditka was their coach?
Where's that
Huh?
soundbite when I need it?
Troll.
Oh, you mean wait a
He's
minute,
a
wait a minute,
troll.
wait a minute. He's
Troll.
looking for this. Cole, take it away.
Use a troll.
Troll.
Use a troll.
Troll.
Use a troll. I
Troll.
said use a troll.
It is a total troll game. It's
Troll.
a total
So-
troll game.
So they open on a Monday night against the Minnesota Vikings.
Tie.
With a fresh quarterback and JJ McCarthy.
It's
Who thought
tie.
that was a good idea?
Each team gets minus 3 points. And we call
You get negative 3 points to start.
Week 2, they go to the new Silver Dome, aka Ford Field,
They get fed to the Detroit
and get
Lions.
58 hung on them.
Hey, you guys ever had ground bear meat?
I think I
No,
have
Lions will in week 2.
I'm sure the Lions will.
I have. It's actually
It's
pretty
not
good.
bad.
Makes
I've
good
had
chili.
ground venison, but
I
I've
have
never
too.
Ground venison's delicious, but ground bear is
I've
actually
had-
something special.
Pretty good.
I've
I'll look
had
at that.
ground
If you get it-
venison.
If you get it seasoned right, it's pretty damn good.
I've had
Yeah.
elk too.
Okay.
Elk sausage is
Then
delicious. So is
there's-
so is wild boar sausage.
Then there's this frivolity in week 3, which
Glass.
there's go.
Now watch. I'm gonna have to call that game. 'Cause that's gonna be on local television. I guarantee
Yep.
you that I'm gonna have to call that game. But if I have that way, nope, I ain't touching it.
Listen,
4:25 p.m. Eastern
it's a
start.
4:25. It's a prime game. It's a
Ugh.
4:25 start,
Ugh.
which means I'm going to have 2 channels in business because Victor's going to call that game on 1 channel, and then I have a 49. Wait a minute, I take that back. No, I don't. No, I don't, because I have an early game.
Yeah, you have a Colts
Oh
game.
dear
I think.
God, 2 early games.
Is it a Colts game or is it a Niners game? Or is it
It's
both?
both.
It's both. That's what I thought.
We'll get to that in a little bit. Then week 4.
Can we go back to week 3 real quick? Remember
Yes.
a couple of years ago when the Raiders and the Vikings had that infamous game where it went scoreless into the fourth quarter?
Went scoreless into the
and then the
fourth
Vikings
quarter.
won
Yes.
6-3.
Yes.
It'll be 3-0 by win.
I
by
will
one of these
throw the
teams.
season
It'll be
away.
a
Do
walk-off-
not
it'll be
curse
a
me that
walk-off
way.
field goal.
I will.
Walk off
in
field goal by the
protest,
Bears.
It'll be a walk-off field goal.
Mr. McCarthy, if that happens, I will, in protest, I will summon the ever living again.
Yeah.
He
Can't never catch
will-
me.
You know what? If that happens,
Ancient
Victor,
spirits of
listen.
evil.
if that happens, Victor will ring this phone and he'll say, in studio now.
Right.
But
He'll,
If that's-
he'll DM me a picture of Uncle Foot. That's what he'll do.
Yep.
Right.
Now, if that actually happens, he's gonna go hunting for somebody, and I think I know who.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
He gonna get to test Big Boot. That's gonna happen with Tam.
Tam.
Oh, Tam.
Move on, please.
Yes, let's move on. Dear God. Week 4. They go to Oakland. I wish.
Oakland?
And play the Raiders.
Yeah, it's Vegas, but we call it Oakland because that's
Look,
what
I
it should
still
be.
6-3 Bears.
Sometimes I still say Los Angeles Raiders, okay? And in a
Ain't nothing wrong
game
with
in
that.
88 with the Bears playing the Raiders, it actually ended up 6-3.
You know what? I would rather have the Raiders in Los Angeles than the Chargers.
Same.
The Chargers should be in San Diego.
Facts.
It should be in
Facts.
San Diego.
Well, I'm putting like this. This game, scoreless tie.
Nah.
9-6 Raiders.
No.
9-6 Raiders.
No.
Not a touchdown to be had.
You know how this game will end?
No, it'll be a touchdown and a failed 2-point conversion. That's
No. Even better. Even better. Each team gets a rouge and it stands up as a tie the whole game.
Oh God.
Oh my God. Okay.
If that ever happens, I'll quit because I know how the rules.
Now the likelihood of that happening.
Week 6.
Yeah, week
We go
5
back
get a
to
bye.
Week 5.
Week
They lick
5.
their wounds. They lick their wounds with a bye.
The Bears already.
You ain't licking your wounds.
The bye week. The bye week's
Bears-
already favored by. Bye week's
the
already
bye-
favored by 3.5.
Yep.
Bye week's
Yep.
favored by 3.5 touchdowns.
And it's over. I'm calling it over.
Week 6.
Week
They
6.
face the Washington Redskins.
They reface the
73 to nothing.
73. They relive the nightmare of what
1940
happened
in reverse.
Yep. They relived the nightmare of what happened last year. And Jane Daniels throws another Hail Mary that gets bopped up in the air and caught for a touchdown.
No, this game is over.
McCarthy's thinking this in his head right about now.
There's
Week
people
7.
in there. There's people
Exactly.
in there.
Yes. Week 7, they go to New Orleans. No, check that.
I love
They come-
that one.
New Orleans comes to Chicago.
Yes, New Orleans goes
3-0.
And it's a walk, and the
It's a
offenses don't
3-0
do
walk.
nothing. The
Wait,
offenses
3-0?
do nothing.
It's 3-0.
Each quarter, listen, the offenses do nothing. Each
3-0
quarterback gets sacked
Saints.
10 times, and the Saints walk off as time expires with a field goal.
Nope, they tie -7. -7 apiece.
Then there's week 8. We'll move on. Then there's
yeah.
week 9.
192 to 3.
Week
Damn.
10.
Then there's
Derrick
week
Henry
9.
gets 500.
Week
6.
9. Move on. Move on.
Week 9, Bengals.
on.
We'll move on. Week 10, Jackson Dart and the Giants. And the Giants get 1,000 yards of offense in 3 quarters.
Ooh, Jackson Dart's going to have a field day.
I can see that. With Cam Scatterbo in the backfield. Come on.
Yep.
They're going to get 1,000 yards. And the Giants are going to be sneaky good.
Mhm.
The Giants could be sneaky good.
The Giants could indeed be sneaky good.
Mhm.
But it depends on who's quarterback. Will it be
J.J.
Jameis
McCarthy.
Winston? Will it be Russell Wilson?
Jackson
or
Dart.
Jackson
It's Dart.
It's
Dart.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah, probably.
Jackson Dart. Look, they signed Mr. Unlimited because they think he can add value to the team. He'll be cut by week 5. And then there's Crab Legs Winston. He's going to find Crab Legs. He's going to slip the football's going to slip through his hands, and they're going to tell him, hit the road, Jack, or don't you come back no more.
Crib Light's going to throw 10 touchdowns and 10 interceptions by week 5.
There's a reason why you don't eat seafood from Hudson River.
Yep.
True.
And Jameis Winston is going to prove that.
Anyway, week
Then
11.
you get to week 11. You go to the new Metrodome, aka US Bank Stadium, and where's the sound I'm looking for? Paul Allen gets to scream his head off for an entire broadcast because you got to see the Minnesota Vikings. In fact, here it is. Victor's not already tired of this sound because of me playing it. He's gonna get tired of this every 3 seconds.
I don't have to worry about it now.
Sorry,
because I'm about to get up
sorry.
early.
That was me. I had some gas. I'm sorry.
I don't have
That's
to
why
worry
you
about
don't
it now
have
because
to poll tape before coming on the air.
I forgot to
And
put
then
myself on mute.
You have Mike Tomlin's swan song.
This
Oh
is
my
going,
lord!
because they're gonna get absolutely creamed.
They're
The Bears will
going-
win.
The Bears are going to, that left hook of Mike Tyson?
Yep.
That'll be delivered in the first quarter.
And
they
the
won't get up.
Steelers will be mathematically eliminated.
I have a wild.
Mike Tomlin will be mathematically fired.
I have a wild prediction about this game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
You know how you have those really wild games the Bears always have with
Yes.
really, really windy?
Yes.
This will be one of those games.
Oh.
49 against the 49ers 2005.
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched that
Against
game.
the
and
49
that
against the
ball was
49ers
shoved.
2005.
And against the Giants. And against the
Mhm.
Giants, too.
The next
Yeah.
year.
Yep. 2006.
The following year, when I was out of town, mind you. I was out of town when that game happened. I was coming back from Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We move on.
Oh,
Week
God.
13
Oh, no.
Dear Lord.
Oh no!
Week 13.
Oh no! On
Saquon
Black Oh no! On Black
Saquon
Friday.
Barkley gets 600.
On Black Friday.
On Black Friday.
On
It'll be
Black
Black Friday
Friday.
indeed.
We are going to hear this in favor of Philadelphia by the end of the first quarter.
You're gonna hear that. You know what?
Saquon
in
Barkley
the honor
8
of the Super Bowl champions,
Saquon Barkley gets 800 yards.
On the way to another 2,000-yard season, mind you.
Right? 800 of those yards come against the Bears.
and Deb will pick that game with us.
Oh, yes. Yes, you will.
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely going to have to stock up on notebooks later this week.
You're going to eat a lot of turkey to go sleep through that game.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need turkey to fall asleep through that
as
game.
God
That
is
game
my
will be the
witness.
best.
It'll be one of those. As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly, and as God is my witness, I thought the Bears were a football team. Yeah.
Who told this lie?
Then, thank you. Then week 14, they gets no love from Jordan as they face the Packers. Then you got
during Toyota-thon, mind you.
During
That's the best version of that's the best version of Jordan Love comes out during Toyota-thon season.
Toyota-thon. And then you get week 15. Can I have the anarchy, please? Somebody break the glass.
Oh, hang on a second. Yep, I got you.
PJ Walker starts at quarterback.
Bears
PJ Walker
and Browns.
PJ Walker starts at quarterback. Neither team scores, and we put it in the book as a tie. Then week 16
on a flex schedule.
Week 16, they gets no love again
from Toyota-thon Jordan Love.
And then
oh no.
Week 17
on Sunday night.
Sunday night football in Santa Clara.
Sunday night slaughter.
I'm going to definitely strap on the headset for that game.
You know what Chicago is going to be saying throughout this entire game, don't you?
Stop it. Get some help.
I thought they were going to pull BGS's out.
They're going to need his help.
Thank you, Victor, for that. Because the Bears are looking at this schedule going,
now that's some bullshit.
All the way through the season.
Yep.
And then we ain't got to worry about week 18 because they're not going to play for anything. So you can make that a noon game.
Lions B team beats the Bears A team.
Their third stringers.
87-0.
Their third stringers come out and just They might pull out their mascots and make them run routes.
Couple more schedules. Let's start with my beauties, Indianapolis Colts, and I'm predicting them to win the AFC South title.
Could happen.
I could see that.
Depending on who's quarterback.
Oh, Danny Jones.
It's Daniel Jones.
Indiana Jones.
It's going to be Indiana Jones. And Daniel Jones.
I actually asked a friend of mine who's a big Colts fan. I said, "Hey, what do you think about Daniel Jones as your quarterback? He just gives me a look like this."
Well,
I heard the reaction from
Fields,
Dr. K.
Listen, as Justin Fields didn't have someone to coach him properly, neither did Daniel Jones.
We'll see.
True. It's
Neither
true in
did
a way.
neither did Daniel Jones. So now I believe Daniel Jones is in an offense that will benefit him because he has a few more weapons.
Yeah.
Including Alec Pierce, Mr. Fourth Quarter himself.
I still think JT's gonna be their X factor. JT's gotta be their X factor.
He's got to be healthy.
Jonathan Taylor gets 2,000 this year. Week 1, Pizzle's going to be in New Orleans, or I drag him into the booth with me.
Right.
Host Miami, beat them 51-13. Week 2, host the Denver Broncos, 38-35, Colts.
Okay.
Week 3,
Daniel
they
Jones,
go to
Cam
Tennessee,
Ward.
and they sack Cam Ward 15 times.
Rip.
And hang 85 points on them.
Are y'all trying to get Cam Ward killed already? Lord have mercy.
Week 4, we got to fight.
Oh, yeah, the Rams.
Yep.
We got to fight because the Rams are no joke.
Round 1. Fight!
Fight! Week 5, we host the Raiders, and we pay their asses back for 2021.
Dog walk them back to Oakland, please.
Week 6, speaking of dog walk, Week 6, Call of Booty Murray.
He's going to be too busy playing Warzone.
Week 7, we go to San Diego. I know it's in Los Angeles, but we go to San Diego.
Where do
I see this game? 49-46 Colts on a walk-off. There'll be 1,000 yards in that game. Week 7, that's week 7. Okay. 5, 6. Okay. Week 8, we host Tennessee, and we hang another 100 on them.
Cam Ward.
Then there's week 9. If Aaron Rodgers is the Steelers quarterback,
McCarthy has walked off.
No, I just had to blow my nose.
Oh.
If
allergy season in New York.
Gotcha.
And Pizzle, I'm kidding about that 51-13 score, okay? I'm a homer, but I ain't stupid. Miami always spooks the Colts. I always spook the Colts.
We're gonna end up turning that I might be a homer, but I ain't stupid into a damn shirt.
Already,
I'm already on it. I'm already on it.
Already in motion.
What?
Week 9.
The Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm going to have to rebuild this studio because I may have Dr. K join me for this.
Dr. K is going to join you for that game.
I'm going to have Dr. K join me for this game.
When
the Swan Song Tour begins, because we are going to drill the Pittsburgh Steelers. Week 10, I have an early wake-up call because I know Jody ain't getting out of bed for this one.
Not for 2 Chainz Cousins.
I know Jody ain't getting out of Jody is not getting out of bed for this one. Atlanta, we drill them in Olympic Stadium. We go home and rest in week 11, and then we got to see Patrick Mahomes. Ain't that a bitch? In Kansas City.
When it comes to that game,
you're fired. Yeah. Because I know no matter what I say or do, and how I handle this, even though I'm calling the game fairly, my wife is going to walk behind me, see a play, give me a shoulder rub, and said, you got to call the game right.
and then there's going to be a few of these as well.
You fool! Yep.
Yeah.
Week 13, we get revenge on the Texans, but barely. Because the last 2 years, they beat us at home. Week 14, Travis Hunter, you fired.
Oh.
And take Mrs. Ed with you. Take Mrs. Ed with you.
Week 15.
Yeah.
We go beat up Sam Darnold in the Pacific Northwest.
And take down the Seahawks.
And then there's week 16.
Snowman's in trouble.
Oh, my Lord.
Snowman's in trouble.
Jody will have to join me that night. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
I hate to tell you something, but either way you look at it when it comes to this game,
You're screwed. Yeah, you're totally screwed.
I am. Colts and 49ers with Jody by my side calling that game.
Mm-hmm.
Gulp.
And that's a primetime game.
It's a Monday night special.
And I believe you were looking for this.
Uh-huh. Week 17, we go beat up the boys. No, they come to us and we beat them down. And I will call it right now. Week 18 will be for the AFC South title.
Kick them out.
Week 18 against the Texans in Houston, just like 2 years ago, will be for the AFC South title.
All right.
And we get these guys, my guys. We lead off by going to Seattle. I'm sorry, Seattle.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. Week 2, we go to Nolans. I'm not sorry there either.
Nope.
Arizona, Jacksonville. Then week 5 on a Thursday night,
the Rams. The Ram League.
We got to fight.
That's going to be a good one.
It's going to be a 13-10 kind of game. Week 6, we blow out Tampa Bay, blow out Atlanta in week 7. Then we got another fight in Texas with Houston.
Yeah.
Then in week 9, we go Barry Jackson Dart. We have another fight with the Rams in week 10, and I might drag Playmaker in with me on that one. Then we beat up the Cardinals in Arizona, beat up the Panthers at home, and then we got to go to Cleveland. We'll beat them up. We get a bye in week 14. Nick Bosa sets a record with 18 sacks against Cam Ward in week 15. Y'all know about week 16.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know about week 17.
Mm-hmm.
And then the flex week where we clinch the West against Seattle.
Sounds about right.
We will clinch the West against Seattle, but this time we'll do it at home, unlike in 2019 where we had to do it on the road.
Right.
Thanks to Dre Greenlaw.
Mm-hmm.
Those are our predictions, folks. And we're out of time. Mr. McCoffey, we love you. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it so, so very much. And thanks for the fun. Thanks for the fun.
Mr. McCarthy, I will see you for that game between the Jets and the Cowboys.
Like I said, I'm going to have 2 channels in operation for that day. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you.
Thanks, fellas.
$155-3. What kind of scores am I making up here? Have a great Memorial Day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they are simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger, and shake a veteran's hand today, will you please? Matter of fact, don't shake his hand. Give him a hug.
Give him a hug.
Give him a hug and say thank you for your freedom and offer a salute as well. So long, everybody. Pick up the podcast on iHeart Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's relaunching in about 2 hours from now.